My name's Joseph. Thanks for coming to chat with me. And
Very welcome.
I'm using the AAA Performer to increase the profile of neurodiverse performers in the industry. So, first question is, when did you first get into performing and how?
So when I was about 11 or 12, my parents took me to a place called Stage 84, which is in Yorkshire. It's like a theatre school. I started off doing like acting classes, and then about 2 years later, I started doing the musical theatre classes as well. So yeah, kind of just my parents said I'd be good, and I thought, why not make some friends?
So just to add on to that, obviously when you were younger, how much support did you need from your parents or trainers?
I think, yeah, I needed my parents to push me into it. I was at school, I was bullied quite a lot for being for being enthusiastic and liking like theatre and acting and stuff. So my parents thought, all right, Stage 84 is a safe space. You can go there and you can make some friends who like the same things that you like, because the school where I wasn't like in Bradford, wasn't like really a theatre place. Nobody really liked it. So getting pushed in by my parents was the best thing possible. And then the trainers there, the coaches, they were all really great. And I think as a young lad, it was more them not even thinking you're good. It's them going, you're good, keep going at it. And yeah, them saying that kind of made me stay, because you don't really want to do things that you're not good at. So
So what do you enjoy most about performing then?
Performing, what do I most enjoy? I think it is the social aspect. I'm not gonna lie. I love my friends on stage and my castmates and being there and like having fun, and every night finding something different to do, like a different way of singing something or a different way of acting that line, for example. I did a UK tour of Les Mis, and it was going around different places in the UK that I'd never go to, like Plymouth, and we did Bradford, which is where I'm from, and Edinburgh and Dublin, and it's traveling around taking an amazing show to the people of that city. So it's seeing the audience's faces when you're singing One Day More or the People song, and seeing their faces light up, because a lot of people when you're on tour don't get to go down to London very often because it's expensive. It's a train ticket, the food, the theatre ticket, the hotel. So getting to bring an amazing production like that to a regional theatre is just, yeah, it's lovely. It's wonderful.
Yeah, that's it. Like, I enjoy the social aspect about it as well. I also enjoy, on stage exploring all the new characters and things.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, making friends is the best part of theatre, finding people who are very much like you, and yeah.
What do you find really difficult, and why in performing?
In performing, right, so we haven't actually spoken about, I have self-diagnosed ADHD, which I'm in the process of getting diagnosed by a professional. But it's quite hard to get seen. And if you want to go privately, it'll cost a lot. If you want to go through the NHS, it takes a long time. But as a kid, I've always known I've been different and been quite hyperactive, and find my attention span doesn't stick to one thing. So what I find difficult in performing with that is sitting still, not constantly being on the move. So with the full scale production of Les Mis, we are constantly moving, getting changed into costumes, constantly on stage and off stage. So it stimulates me really well, and I can get through a show really quick and really happy. Whereas the concert production I'm doing, because of COVID, at the moment in the West End, it's a lot of sitting down and watching rather than being off stage. So it's a sitting still for 20 minutes watching the show, which is amazing that I get to see them every night. But I've done 90 shows now. So you're watching 90 shows of the concert. I've done about 700 of the actual one, but 90 shows of sitting there watching other people perform whilst you, and it's brilliant and I love it, but it is sitting there, try not to fidget, try not to be a distraction. So if you've got like an itch, you kind of bring your arm as close to your body and itch. So yeah, it's mainly mainly that, and also being out of work is really difficult. That's one of the hardest parts about being a performer, is you don't go from job to job to job. It's very much you might be lucky to get a big job, and then you might have 6 months of working in a bar or working as an assistant teacher or something, which are all brilliant jobs, but not what you've trained for. So it's trying to always, like, you've always got to get money in to pay your rent. So it's always trying to get that next job. And that's very difficult for the head, mental health wise. It's hard to not be in work.
Yeah. You might have answered this, but on back about, how do you think like that it can be made easier for like people?
Yeah. I think most companies are fantastic, especially with they know that I have ADHD. I've got all of the symptoms of it. I just don't have it down written on paper. They're all fantastic with it. They wouldn't ever say you can't have this job because you have ADHD. The full scale production is very much non-stop. Making other things easier. Do you mean making things easier just in general, or to do with like ADHD and neurodiverse? And
probably more like neurodiversity and things in the industry.
Yeah, I think, I don't think it's fantastic at the moment. I think they're really trying. There's productions like Dear Evan Hansen. Like Evan is a character with I don't know what he has, but I think they're trying to cast for people who are more like that character. Curious Incident, The Dog in the Nighttime, I think they cast a boy with autism, or he has a type of autism, which is absolutely fantastic. So it's casting the right people for the role. That's how it will be better. And obviously, once they get into production, they might feel overwhelmed. So it's having like someone to help them through, and having someone who knows about autism or ADHD or mental health, having them come in to educate the company, because it's different. Like the first cast of Curious Incident, it wasn't an autistic boy. So he will have worked different to how an autistic boy would work. The autistic boy might need longer to learn the lines, or might learn the lines really quick, but find it harder to move around the stage. And it's having someone, I think, having someone who understands how that person would work, and obviously giving people time to get used to it. You can't just expect someone to click with a company straight away. But yeah, we had at Les Mis, again, I'm speaking about Les Mis, but we had on the first day a mental health day, where someone from acting, Applause for Thought, came in, and we did a whole day of, like, half day of mental health awareness, and allowing us to get back into theatre after a year off with the pandemic, allowing us to come back without us all feeling overwhelmed or anxious. And it was a really nice, like, ease back into work, which was nice. So they are trying, and it needs to keep going, and they need to keep trying as hard as they can. But yeah, I think, yeah, just having people who understand your situation would be helpful.
Yeah. In terms of like auditions and castings, do you think you get fair opportunities in them regarding like your ADHD and things?
I've never put ADHD down on a form, and you don't have to put anything like that down on a form. The only thing is, someone might know you from another cast, and they might say, oh, he's a little bit hyperactive, or he doesn't focus very well. So those things can be quite, I guess, like, bad if they see you in an audition, because 5 years ago, I'm a much different person as I am now. I can control my, like, hyperactivity in ways, and ADHD and autism and other things have so many positives about having those those things. Like, I might have ADHD, I might be hyper, but I also bring a smile to everything. Like, I always try and make someone laugh, or try and make people feel comfortable, and I can get things done really quick because of it. So there's always positives. Opportunity wise, I think there needs to, for, like, as we said about the Curious Incident, cast the right people for the role, and you're going to get the best actor for that role. So I think, yeah, opportunities will get better. At the moment, they're definitely not, but yeah. So Equity, the union, are working with casting directors and producers to try and get actors fair amounts of like material to learn. So you couldn't ask an actor to learn 3 sides, a song, another song, and something else in 3 days. So they're basically trying to work to it. I think catering to every different person's needs would be helpful. For me, I need a little bit longer to learn a script. And I find it hard to pick up a dance routine within half an hour, whereas others don't. Dyslexic people, sending them the scripts on yellow paper can help. And I know I have actually, I don't have dyslexia, but I know people who do, and they do offer a lot of the time, if you want the scripts on yellow paper, for example, because it's easier to read for a lot of people. So yeah, just catering to different people's needs, because we're not all the same. We all work in different ways, and yeah.
What's your most memorable or funny moment as a performer?
Funny you say this. I went on my Facebook, what happened like a year ago, 2 years ago, etc. And 2 years ago today, we had Sir Ian McKellen, Gandalf himself. He came up to watch Les Mis on tour in Newcastle, and he came on the Saturday night, which would have been yesterday, obviously 2 years ago yesterday. He came for a drink after the show. I invited him for a drink with a few other people. We had a drink, and then he went, I think I'm going to message your producer, and I'm going to come on tomorrow and do the show. So today, 2 years ago, he came and performed in the Barricade with us, which was absolutely amazing, because he's a world-class actor, like a Shakespearean actor, movie star, Lord of the Rings, everything, Hobbit. And yeah, that's probably my most memorable on-stage thing as a performer for me, just being on stage with someone of such like a high caliber.
Recently, I've been doing, so do you know BYMT? So I've just come back off that, and that's probably, if I was listening to my most memorable thing, that's probably one of it, if not it, because like the 2 weeks away, like you get to spend time with people that you don't necessarily know, but you can, well, you get to know, and then it becomes like a big family, and fun shows in the West End to get like used to what it'll be like, and like I said, the social aspect, get to know everyone. And so I've recently done Night Shade from BYMT, the new show, and that's probably one of my memorable moments.
Oh, lovely. And it's creating something new, like you said, it's a new show, so you get to create that character, and that show you get to make yourself. So, and the social aspect, like you said, you become a family within a day. You meet people you've never met before, and you're like best friends within a day, because everyone's very similar in it, like similar to you, sort of thing. They love theatre, or they love acting or singing, and it's a really nice place. Safe space. That's what I like.
That's all my questions.
Fantastic.
So is there any questions that you have, or?
So how old are you?
I'm 15.
15. So what's your plan? What do you want to do? Are you wanting to go to drama school, or are you wanting to start auditioning? And
so my plan, I'm thinking about going to sixth form after my GCSEs, then going to a drama school.
That's what I did. I did A levels and stuff first, which is great. And what do you want to do at sixth form?
I'm not really sure yet. I'll have to see what happens with my result.
I think I did the same thing. I went, I don't know what to do, and then a month before we had to decide, I was like, right, I'll just do art and theatre.
I'll definitely do drama.
Yeah, drama's a good one to do, and it's A levels especially. It's a lot more written than you would want to do, but learning about that sort of side to it as well is so important. And
So all I really have to say now is thanks for spending your time to come speak to me.
My pleasure.
I've really enjoyed it.
Yeah, me too. Thank you very much.